Thank you. Dear Councilman Sanchez, my name is Tio Chino and I serve as the first secretary of the Social Democrat of America, also known internationally as the Committee of the Second Socialist International. We are the socialist faction inside the Democratic Party. Given that I only have 2 minutes, I won't waste time with diplomacy. Let me be clear, this bill is racist, paternalistic, and a textbook example of systematic governmental racism. No matter how you spin it, as a collective, your actions are perpetrating racism. The bill should be known as Aunt Jen and Uncle Tom bill. The only way third-party transfer program can work if it's paired with tenant opportunity to purchase act. This would ensure tenants are the true beneficiary, not some shady non-profit set up by developer with questionable intention. The deed should go to the tenant themselves, period. Why are these nonprofits allowed to raise the rent on rent control and rent stabilized tenants while private sector is prohibited to do so using Title 15 of the Finance State law? I speak from experience. I am a resident at 640 Riverside Drive, a building that was transferred on the TPT program following City Council Resolution 105 back in 2003. Urban Homesteading Assistance Board, or UHAB, received the deed for $1 in 2004 from Neighborhood Restore. Fast forward 20 years and $100 million later, and the building still hasn't been transferred to the tenant as promised. Worse, our rent is set to skyrocket from $400 in average to $2,000 starting tomorrow, October 1st. It's attached in the documentation. According to the documentation of the rent is going to also subsidize actress Rosario Dawson's mother apartment on 13th Street. For 15 years, tenants in my building have fought to expose the corruption with the TPT program. Nearly everybody involved has since retired, except for UHAB lawyer Anya Irons and their director Brent Sherman. As usual, new face, plead ignorance. We've seen it here before. Please allow me to continue. I'm very quick. Corrupt HPD commissioner like Anne-Marie Hendrickson conveniently vanished after being exposed in the last hearing back in 2019. At this point, it's just not my story. It's the story of countless black and brown tenants who repeatedly reached out to the Department of Investigation, the FBI, the Attorney General, the District Attorney of the 5 Borough, and the Department of Justice, only to be ignored. Let me reiterate, the title should go directly to the tenant, not some non-profit set up by shady developer. Brent Sherman from UHAB advised an above-income tenant to apply to Section 8, to be denied, and in 10 years, when he retired, to visit Sean Abreu's office explaining it was political. Since UHAB has made this issue political, the Social Democrat of America have launched the Rep My Block program to educate citizens about parties and politics, whether Democrat, Republican, or Independent. Through this, I've seen firsthand how organizations like UHAB and Riceboro have infiltrated the New York City political and journalist sphere. To combat this, we sponsor documentary County, now available to stream on PBS. As a socialist, I firmly believe tenants who want to become owner should receive the deed through fair means and organized via limited liability corporation or nonprofit that pay its fair share of property expense. However, allowing shoddy organizations like UHAB and Riceboro to hold the title is nothing more than an extension of corruption. It's no surprise UHAB support this bill. It provides them a lifeline to hide what they have done to the residents of 640 Riverside Drive, 644, and countless others. This bill, if allowed to pass as is, would only perpetuate the legacy of racial redlining initially set up by the bank to prevent black and brown communities from building wealth. We as the Social Democrat of America are committed to educating the public until all these racist liberal policies are dismantled. As for me, starting tomorrow, I will initiate a rent strike as tenant in what I can only describe as a criminal enterprise. I will be demanding a full accounting of where the $100 million has gone, and I'm available to answer any question you might have.
Thank you.
And thank you for the opportunity to say all that.
Mr. Roberts, are there parts of the bill that could be changed so that owners would have